Hi.
This is new. So, for anyone who's actually watching, if we ever get these,
If I actually published the video, that
Right.
is.
we're a couple weeks behind right now, but
I'd like to say we as if I'm not the one that's not doing it.
it's a team effort. Okay.
I appreciate you sharing the blame and something that's 100% in my own control, but you know what?
Yeah.
We are capital We now.
Yes,
are
capital
behind.
We, capital W. But for those who aren't watching, if we've gotten this up, just those listening, Amy and I are together finally in person.
Woohoo!
I know, it's exciting. So we've done a nice little setup, and I don't even know what you want to call this room yet.
On the flip side, it's called the flex room.
Flex
so
room,
for right
okay.
now, it's a flex room until it becomes defined as something.
That's fair. It's this cute little kind of like right off from the front door, like a little carpeted kind of alcove room type thing.
Yeah, no doors. It's just an open room.
Right. Which, as you can see, it's currently being utilized for planning or something?
Yeah, wedding planning. These are sticky notes we've previously discussed.
Yes.
As you can see, there are many gone.
Yeah. Now you can actually see them, but from our old setup recording from your apartment, because this is her house.
Yeah, in the apartment, I was in the closet, and these were not in the closet.
Yeah. So we've talked about them, but now you can actually see them.
I know, it's so exciting.
Awesome.
It is.
But, yeah. So, there goes the pillow.
Wow, throwing my decor all over the place.
You got to have things somewhere, right?
The pillow
Yeah.
belonged on the couch.
Well, it's on the floor now.
Well, you know.
But we normally have our like regular setup, and it's so much easier to hit record and stuff because we know how to do it.
Yeah.
But trying to set this up because we're not used to a setup like this for you all was interesting.
It was, and I watched.
Yeah. How long did it take me to set this all up?
I mean, at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's just I bought this new little audio interface thing so we can actually like both record at the same time. But this is the first time me actually like using it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not even sure if this is actually recording or not, but I guess we'll find out.
I hope that it is.
I hope so too. We did a test and it worked, but only one way to find out, I guess.
Yeah, so we'll pray for us here.
Yeah. But how are things going with you? It's been a week and things have progressed.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm getting over a cold now, which I'm sure you can hear in my voice. Because some children refuse to cover their mouths. So here we are with a cold, but someone said it's better now than like next week or, next month. And I was like, shit, you're right. So I'll take my cold now and move on. But this is the first time I've been sick all year, school year.
I mean, hopefully COVID has taught us something. Like if you're really sick, like projectile coughing, like wear a mask.
Yeah. So thankfully I didn't have a cough whatsoever. I really just had the runny nose, which is now just stopped up. So thankfully it wasn't terrible. And this is the first cold I've gotten all school year, which is pretty impressive because we've been in school, August, September, October, November, 4 months. And now
it's just now,
this is my first cold. So, I'll take it. I'll take it and keep it moving. So, yeah, that's that. We're just chugging along here. I don't know. Lots going on.
Well, just from like us talking on the phone yesterday before I got here last night, everyone. It's Saturday now. But I mean, you could just hear kind of how stuffy you were on the phone, and you sound a lot better today.
I'm feeling so much better today, and it's nice not to have to go to work. Like anything else, like a cough, I think is less annoying than a runny nose. Like the runny nose really just pisses me off.
Right.
Because you have to stop everything you're doing, blow your nose, and then wash your hands. Or like in my classroom, I can't go wash my hands, so like get sanitizer. And I was telling Parker this morning. I wear a mic pack because one of my kids is hard of hearing, so I wear a mic. And I forgot to turn it on mute before I got a tissue.
Oh.
And I was like, uh-oh. My apologies. And the kids weren't even tripping about it. I don't think they noticed somehow. And I was like,
good.
okay, I'll just keep it moving.
I mean, they're young, probably weren't even paying attention regardless.
They probably
just heard it, but not even kind of.
Yeah, they didn't pick up that it was louder than it should have been.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. It's crazy. We got our Elf on the Shelf arrived to school this week.
Those are creepy.
They're obsessed.
Oh, I mean, I have a handful of cousins that are quite younger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was the first time I ever heard of like Elf on the Shelf. Is they had one. I was like, "What is this? This is creepy." And they told me the whole like how it works, and it moves around.
There are a lot of rules.
That's creepy though.
There's a lot of rules. The kids tell me all the rules, and as an adult, I'm allowed to touch it and move it if I need to.
Right.
Like if it's in danger, I could move it. Like if it fell off, or I could pick it up and put it back, but they're not allowed to touch it. And it's really iffy. Like you're not supposed to like overly touch it. Like I'm not supposed to touch it all the time because it will lose its magic and it won't fly back to Santa. So
it flies back to Santa.
It flies.
I thought they
overnight.
Teleport.
No, they fly back to the North Pole every night because it comes with a book. So our elf brought us a book called Elf on the Shelf, and she was sitting in our Christmas tree at school. So she brought us the book and we read it, and it's about the elf going at their house, but same rules apply to school. Right. So every night they report back to Santa in a little elf meeting.
Interesting.
And then they come back in a new spot every morning.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday morning, she was in our candy jar. And coincidentally, the elves next door in the other 4th grade classroom were in their candy canes.
Ooh.
And I was like, wow. They're like, oh my God, they
Getting
just all about the
high.
candy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they saw the candy and they said,
Well, it's like the, was it Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? The one with Johnny Depp, where talking about the Oompa Loompas getting in the cocoa, and they're all like,
yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And they're just so funny because they went and like talked to her. Like they'll talk to the elf. It's the cutest thing ever. Like it's so worth it, even if their faces are a little creepy, but like the kids are obsessed and they're so happy. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah,
I'll live with it.
That's fair. I mean, it's a cute idea, and I like the whole premise, but just like now, me being an adult is just
that's a little weird. I'll give it to you, but
it's creepy.
It's worth it. The payoff is so worth it. They're so cute.
Yeah, that's fair. But with holidays, do you have any like favorite kind of traditions or anything?
So many. One thing my family does every year, well, besides like we do like a cookie baking and decorating and frosting, which is always so fun because sometimes like it's always the same every year because we all start out decorating so elaborately, then by the 4th tray we're like, okay, fuck this, like let's just get the frosting on, sprinkle it up. One year my brother had like a Christmas cookie and a tree, sorry, obviously it's a Christmas cookie. It was a tree, and then he painstakingly pulled out tree sprinkles and stuck them up and made a Christmas tree farm.
Interesting.
So sprinkles were standing vertically on top of the cookie. So it was a Christmas tree farm on a Christmas tree, and it was
so the sprinkles were like
the sprinkles were little miniature trees. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
So sometimes we get super fucking elaborate like that. I make stockings. One year I made stockings with like frosting and put all of our names on each of them and like all that.
Fun.
Yeah, but then by like the 30th cookie, you're like, okay,
you're done.
I'm annoyed. I just want these frosted. I just want to eat.
Yeah,
I'm like, I just want to eat this cookie now. So like, let's get it moving. But
yeah, we used to make like Santa cookies, not like Santa shaped, but like cookies for Santa.
Oh yeah,
a lot growing up. But we haven't done it in the last couple of years. I mean, obviously, shield your ears if any of you are listening with your children. But being that we're adults, we don't leave cookies for Santa anymore.
Yeah.
I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, even just making the cookies, none of us were really huge fans of the sugar cookie like recipe that we had.
Oh, okay.
So, like growing up, like I said, we made them for Santa, but now that we're adults, we're just like, well, none of us really gonna eat them, so why make them?
Did you make the dough?
Yeah, it was everything was from scratch.
We would get like the roll. We get the roll of sugar cookie dough, like
from like Pillsbury.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You get the roll, and then you keep it in the. And it's real tricky too because if it gets too warm, it gets too sticky. Mm-hmm. So you have to keep it back in the fridge and then keep pulling it back out, which is fine. But this year, I think here I'm gonna make our dough and see how it goes because we just got we got a rolling bin this year. We got it at our shower. So now amazing. I can like actually roll out the dough and do all that shit. But like at my parents' house, we just put it right on the countertop.
Right.
We just sprinkle the powdered sugar down.
Oh, you used that instead of flour?
Because it tastes better.
That would make sense.
Yeah, so we use powdered sugar on the countertop, then the cookie, then more like powdered sugar.
Okay.
That way the flour doesn't mess up like the goodness.
Right.
If you're eating the cookie dough, which I do eat the cookie dough.
Yeah. See, and I like out of all the cookies, like just in general out there, not necessarily Christmas specific, but like I'm not a huge fan of sugar cookies. But those store bought ones from like Walmart or whatever that like bright green frosting or blue or yellow, pink, those sugar cookies,
like the Loft House cookies.
Maybe I don't know the name. I just know them like off.
You're gonna know it
off the like look of them.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're it's contentious. They're either the best cookie or they're the worst cookie. There's no in between, and I am in the boat of they are the best cookies.
These ones.
Yes.
Yeah, those are so good. My kids. I brought them in for a fall party and they flip out. Like, they're the best cookies ever.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys think if they're the best ones or the worst ones, because I know some people are like, it's just like sawdust in my mouth.
Yeah, which I can see where they would get that from, but it's worth it. Like the taste is there. Yeah. But this year, so next frosting, weekend,
I think really what makes it.
Frosting. Next weekend, we're having a bunch of people come visit. As our listeners know, Eric Huss is coming.
Yes, he was our second or third guest.
Yeah, who even knows? And that whole crew are coming, so we're gonna have 7 people come to our house for our I won't say semi-annual, but like our annual Christmas party. Now this is the second year.
Semi-annual when you do one in July, one in.
I meant more like it's a newer tradition.
Right.
So we started it last year because this is easy to like establish when we live down here. Just every year, everyone knows that they're going to come here around the same time of year.
Right. And now that you have a house, a 4-bedroom, beautiful home.
Yeah, he got back from the tour yesterday. He's like, "Wow, this is actually nicer than I thought it was."
Oh, did he do a virtual tour?
No, you.
Oh, me.
You did. When you got downstairs yesterday, you're like, "Wow."
I know. Well, okay, so y'all, this house. I mean, it looked great. I don't remember if I shared the YouTube little tour that you made or not. But if I haven't and y'all want to, let me know. I'll post it on our, I guess one of us can post it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Or we can put it on our YouTube channel too. Because you already have the video on YouTube. We can just kind of move it over to our channel.
We'll figure out logistics.
Yeah, whatever. But like, just like everything in life, it's one thing from seeing it via a screen. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it looked great on the screen, but I was just like, yeah, it's a new built house. Like, y'all are moving from a 1-bedroom apartment to a house. Like, it's kind of empty. But like when you actually get here and just kind of see how nice and open the whole like living room and kitchen concept is, and just like all the bedrooms, the couple different bathrooms that they have, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's not actual like gated, but it's like a gated community that they live in. And like when I pulled in last night, it was already dark because it's December. But I was like, okay, the bougie ass bitch over here.
We are bougie.
Yeah. But it's perfect kitchen size for like doing brownies or.
I'm so excited, and we're gonna get eventually like a standalone island. You know, you can get like a Birch's Block island.
So you probably have to move the table then for that. I mean, not much, just like slightly.
Yeah. But anyway, so this year I'm going to try to make these salted caramel apple cheesecake bites.
Those sound so good.
I know. I'm going to try it. This will come out after they visit, so hopefully they turned out good.
Right.
But yeah, I'm super excited to try it out because I got a bunch of new baking stuff from the shower, and I have my KitchenAid. Like, I have all the stuff and finally the space to like spread out to bake stuff.
Yeah.
Because baking, you need so much space just because of all the ingredients, and like then you have to put it on pans or whatever, and then now we have the fridge space to let the stuff cool.
Right.
And I'm just so excited to start because I've been looking at recipes for months. Like, we planned this weekend in September, and I just have had idea. I'm also going to make this. You know what puppy chow is?
I love puppy chow.
It's called reindeer mix. So it's like got red and green M&Ms in it, and it's essentially like puppy chow, but with like a little Christmas
it's
twist.
Like a holiday themed puppy chow.
Holiday themed puppy chow.
Okay, see, yeah, that's a weird thing. So puppy chow isn't really a holiday type stuff. Sorry if you can hear Evie in the background. We're trying to keep her away from the recording.
She's upset that she's upstairs and we're downstairs.
Yeah, but like I've noticed a lot, at least my family, we only make puppy chow during like Christmas time, even though it's not like a holiday themed
it's not
dessert per se.
We used to have it at volleyball tournaments all the time, at least once, like, because every week when we go to a tournament, it would rotate like who brought snacks. We'd do like a big like pitch in kind of thing
Right.
because you'd be at a tournament all day. Like literally you'd get there at like 7 a.m. and we'd leave sometimes after 5. So like you need to eat.
Right. My
And
sister
instead
in
of
high
like
school, same thing. They would,
everyone
like,
bringing their
huge
own thing.
potluck.
So it was potluck. That's
Yeah.
the word. So everyone would bring stuff in every week without fail. Someone would bring puppy chow, which is like
easy.
really, it's easy and it's good because it has like the peanut butter, so it has the protein and a little bit of sugar where it's not
Right.
too much sugar,
And
but it's like
sweet
enough.
where everyone was gonna.
Yeah. Yeah.
their
So it
hand
was
in there.
really, really nice. So yeah, I'm going to try that. And I think Rice Krispie treats too.
Those are pretty easy too. I mean, it's just what like butter marshmallow
Yeah. But I
melted
think I'm
and
going to
then
make them
folded.
green. So you have to put green food
Oh,
coloring
that's
in
gonna be
it.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
See, my favorite kind of like dessert stuff to bake is brownies. I love brownies.
I like chocolate, but I'm not like a chocolate fiend. Like I like
am.
it in moderation.
Oh, I love
like
chocolate.
if I like right now, if I reach into like our candy bowl, I'll go for like a chocolatey thing. Like I'll go
Right.
for the Reese's cup versus the Starburst. But I won't just pick up a brownie if it's between a brownie and a cookie. I'm gonna take a cookie because it's less chocolatey.
That's fair. My like chocolate obsession per se, I guess you could call it, is really bad. Like the other day I was just sitting on the couch, like watching something on Netflix or whatever, and I was just like, I want chocolate. So I literally left my apartment, drove to the store just for chocolate, and drove home.
Oh my god, no, I wouldn't. I'm not that interested in it.
Yeah, I also like love like mint and chocolate together. So like the little Andes chocolates. Oh, those
I
are
like
so
them as
good.
separate entities.
Oh, well, okay. Kind of back on how I started this discussion. The brownies. Are you I know you said you're not a huge chocolate fan, so I don't know if like. I guess I'll ask. Do you like brownies though in general?
I do like them, but I'll just have like one.
Okay.
I won't have like 3 or 4.
Do you ever make them yourself though?
Not really.
Not really.
Because I don't like them that much. It's kind of a
That's
pointless.
fair. Because so I know this is another like little contentious thing, but boxed brownies or homemade?
Well, if I were to make them, I've never made them homemade. I would do a box, but I'm not against homemade. I'm not a huge brownie fan, so I'm not going to
That's
put in the
fair.
extra time and effort to.
You know, that's
Make something I don't-
understand that. I don't
don't
know if I've
dislike
ever
them.
actually done from scratch either.
I don't know how you would. I'm sure you'd have to get like cocoa powder and all that.
Yeah, I think it's literally just like what the box is
Yeah.
consistent of. I'm pretty sure it's just like flour, cocoa powder, and like baking powder. Or something
Probably.
Like that.
Should we
But
do a baking segment
We should.
and put it on YouTube?
Maybe we could do like a live episode. That would you guys want to like if we did a live episode, would you want to watch us make fools of ourselves for an hour? Like because we do half-hour episodes as
Yeah.
y'all know, but I feel like that would be definitely like a full hour segment.
We could easily do an hour.
We can do like I don't know, something. I would say for Christmas, but we're going to be recording our Christmas episode after this one because that's in 3 weeks already.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, I don't understand how it's.
I don't either.
Christmas already.
Are you prepared?
No, absolutely.
I've had all
not.
my Christmas gifts since we moved to the house.
See, I'm still working on my debt. And I
Well-
keep owing people money, and then I just had to reserve a hotel room for something that's happening like next month or
I
something.
mean, there is that. We have to do that also. We have a lot of money going out right now, but I
Yeah.
still.
Well, you just bought a house.
Well, I know we had that, and like all these payments came up so quickly. I'm like, damn it,
Yeah.
which is fine. Like it's what you expect, but I was still like, oh shit, like that is like because they're generally the final payments of like anything you do for the wedding are due a month before.
Right.
And now all of a sudden it's like a month before. When it's like, oh yeah, plenty of time. Like we got our photographers over a year ago, photography, video, DJ,
Right.
whatever. And we've had the time to pay it off slowly, like in chunks if we had wanted to. Have I done so?
Probably not.
Sure haven't. So now we have to do like the huge lump sum, which would be the same like over time, whether or not you pay it at one time or not. But I was like, oh shit,
Well,
that is coming up soon.
That's what happened with me. So I bought this. Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it during
No,
our
because
last
it was
episode or not.
after we were done recording. Parker and I were looking at our
Or, like,
finances
bank
are
statements or
doing
something,
something.
yeah.
And he's like, what is this $27?
No, it was
charge?
$47
$47
on my credit card,
on my
which I was
credit card
like,
from
and
Amazon.
From Amazon, I was like, "What is going on?" I because, like I just said, I'm like trying to get down all my debt. I'm really, really watching what I'm spending, and just all of a sudden, I see this like $47.50 charge on my credit card, which I'm like, I haven't bought anything from Amazon in over a month.
Yeah.
Where is this coming from? So I called my mom because I know I've like bought stuff off of her Amazon, and so my card's on hers, and I wonder if I just accidentally used my card or something. And they looked at their statements. They're like, no, it's been a couple weeks since we ordered something. I texted my sister, which we should see if she wants to be on the
That'd be fun.
podcast. See if she can be one of our guests one of these months. But I text her. I was like, hey, have you bought anything off Amazon? But she has her own Amazon, and I don't think I've used her Amazon to buy something, so she wouldn't have had my card anyway. But she was just like, I don't know.
Just might as well ask.
Right. And I was just like, what's going on? Well, when I bought this like audio interface that we're using to do this, I didn't have like the full lump sum at the time. And it was one of those things that it was like expensive enough that I could do like monthly payments. So I chose that option, but it's been a couple months since I bought
quite surprising.
this. Yeah. So I completely forgot about it. And then I remembered like, oh yeah, I just got a email saying this was my last payment. I was freaking out. I was like, where? I didn't spend $50. Like, where is this charge coming from?
Funny.
Yeah, it scared me.
I know. It was funny to like watch the process and listen to it, and I was like, I don't know what happened. I didn't spend your money, so who knows? But that always happens like when it's like a sneaky, not sneaky per se, but like sneaky to yourself. Kind of like, oh, hey, that does come back at some point.
Well, I mean, the also thing is like it's Christmas time. People are buying things, and of course, as you guys at home are probably doing it too, you buy a lot of things off of Amazon because it's easy.
Yeah, it is. And I try, like this year, I was definitely more lazy and like not searching out past Amazon because it is so convenient. And with the house and everything, I just wanted to get it done. Because this year I've been so prepared with my like Christmas shopping because of the wedding, like immediately after.
Right.
Well, it'll feel immediately after. It'll still be like 3 weeks post Christmas, but still it'll feel so quick.
Because it's what, the 16th?
14th.
14th. That is, I mean, the
It's
14th
so quick.
from, I mean, because as soon as Christmas happens, it's Christmas, New Year's, and somehow it's the middle of January.
Yeah.
So it's gonna,
So
it's
I
gonna
wanted
be
to
here
get
like
just like
no
this
other.
year, I want to be ahead of it. So going into November, we had every gift, and going through Amazon was easier because I can just search.
Right.
But I think next year we have a lot of small shops down here in our new town. So like I would love to go and get like actually like shop small business and be more like, because these are gifts I know everyone wants.
Yeah.
But be more like
Shop local. Well, I mean,
shopping local and more intentional.
did I ever show you the like visual aid of how much Jeff Bezos actually has because of Amazon?
I don't remember.
This was back in 2020, so it's probably like old data by now because it's been 2 years. But it's just like it really puts in perspective of why you should never shop on Amazon because there's no reason that this
someone
man
needs to have
needs
that much
this
money.
much money. It's crazy.
I know. And like I know it, and I know it's like not the best thing. So I'm trying to avoid it. But like for the wedding, for our centerpieces, we need a shit ton of batteries. Like each light pack in each centerpiece needs at least 2 or 3.
It's going to be the little candle things. Okay.
So they at least need 2 or 3 batteries. So we need at least 60 batteries. Well, you can't just walk into Meijer and buy 60 batteries always. They might not be in stock. So it is easy enough when you buy a 24 pack on Amazon.
That's true.
Batteries.
And it's those like little.
No, it's like the AA.
Oh, AA.
But still,
okay.
It's like Amazon brand batteries, like $12 for a 24 pack. Okay, it's kind of hard to beat that. But I have also gotten quite a few gifts, like for our Secret Santa next weekend.
You guys are doing Secret Santa too?
Yes, I have the best person. I was so excited because it was so easy and so fun. Last year, it took a minute for me to like come up with an idea, but this year I got everything off Etsy.
Ooh,
and I love shopping on Etsy because it is like a personal
local,
business.
Yeah.
So I got this sweatshirt. This was not Etsy. We got Eric's sister. We already gave them their gifts, so I can expose. I got Eric's sister a sweatshirt with her cat on it, and that was from Etsy. And then
I miss my kitty.
we got our cake topper and like Unity candle. Like we've gotten a bunch of wedding stuff from Etsy also. You're definitely not used to animals around here. Avi just like ran and he jumped. Because she's upstairs.
Yeah, well, the stairs is like right here. It's
Yeah,
right
behind us.
And when there's nothing, and then all of a sudden you hear, like, it scared me.
Yeah, I just expect it because she's a spaz. But I've gotten
She
like
is.
a lot of stuff. We have gotten quite a bit of wedding stuff off Etsy, which I like supporting them as well because they're independent.
I've also like wondered, I would love to be able to do that and like do my own thing and
I've thought about
sell
it a little.
something off of Etsy, but I don't know what I would do.
Well, and it's hard too because like since I do have the Cricut, so many people have it now. So it's like, how would my shop like be different than the next person's, or the next
Right.
person's? Like that is the tough part, which is, fine too. But I don't know.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to, I'm sure I could. But
Well,
I don't
that
think that I
and you
care
can, depending on other stuff, you can have like Amazon affiliate links.
Yeah.
That you can sell off of Amazon, so
Right,
you get
and
like
it is
a
independent.
percentage or whatever.
Right.
I don't really know how it works, but they have that too.
that is true.
Yeah. But not necessarily last, but in my head, because we stopped talking about it, but my ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, totally like, oh, we were talking about this and I have another thought on it. Baking.
Okay.
Bread. I love baking bread. I think it had the Etsy thing made me think about this. So
sure.
a couple weeks ago, or weekends ago, I was like, I want to bake bread, like just to do it because I like baking bread. Bread's easy, depending on what bread you
It
do.
can be easy.
The recipe is just like a plain white bread.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's easy, and I was like, I want to do it. I just feel like baking bread. Like I didn't need bread because I had bread.
But
I wanted to make some, so I sent a few texts to some of my friends around Kalamazoo,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Hey, I want to bake bread. Does anyone want a loaf?" And I got a yes from one of my friends. So Lindsay and Jake, if you're listening, Lindsay goes, "Yeah, we'll take some." So I brought it over to their house after they got back from volleyball because they're all volleyball folks too, and Lindsay ate about half of it, like
It's
right then
so
and
good.
there.
I want to say it was 2020. My mom's had a bread machine for forever, so it's a lot easier because it proves
I
in the
love
machine.
them. Yeah,
And
I
it's
do
a
it
way
in my
less
apartment because I don't have
time-consuming.
room.
And my mom was like exclusively baking bread. We were not buying bread anymore. She was just making it and baking it, and there's nothing better than like the fresh sour, like what was it?
Was it sour
Egg bread. Egg bread.
What's egg bread? I've never heard.
I
of
don't
egg
know
bread.
what it is, but it is phenomenal. Like my sandwiches I would take to school had that bread. It was so good. And she's made like the German beer bread. She made like chocolate bread. She makes the apple braid from it. No, Bill made the apple braid. She made something else like Christmassy, like coffee cake from it.
I know it's
so
not like
nice.
quote unquote actual bread, but I want to make monkey bread.
Monkey bread. Mm-hmm. I know. Now I'm hungry.
Anna's Pancake House, I think, or Anna's House, something like that. I think it's considered a chain because I think there's one up in Grand Rapids too. But the first one I ever heard of that I saw was in Kalamazoo, so I thought it was just like a local one.
Yeah.
But then I saw there's one up in Grand Rapids, so I know it's a chain. So
Sounds
for
familiar
those
to me.
at home, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Anna's House. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, we went out as like second, third shift kind of folks at my work one morning because third
Before you
shift
go
they
to work.
got off. They go for breakfast. And being at the time I was working second shift, I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be working at 8 a.m.
Right.
I don't go in until 2.
Right.
So we all got like breakfast one morning, and one of my friends, I think it was Nick, he's like, oh, we have to order this. And I was like, what's monkey bread? And everyone just like stopped and kind of looked at me. They're like, how do you not know what monkey bread is?
The audacity.
I know, but I
That was so
understand
good.
why that was their reaction,
That's
because
so
it was so good.
I love that.
I feel like
love
we
bread.
should go find some like breakfast place and go eat, because
Yeah, no, I'm
I
hungry.
haven't had breakfast yet, and
No.
it's like
Noon
almost
30 at
1
least.
o'clock.
It's at least past noon.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's my next kind of baking
It's gonna be bread?
aspiration. No,
Aspiration.
aspiration. That's the term. There we go. And then I do want to try to do the brownies from scratch.
That'd be interesting. I'm sure you could find a recipe. I mean, you can find. I live off of Pinterest. Like I have made like 1.5 billion Pinterest recipes.
I have a lot of different Pinterest boards, but mine more have to do with like bushcraft and like homestead. Like I feel like we could go a whole episode on my like homesteading dreams. Yeah, that'll have to be another episode. But
there's 1 billion.
Ooh, maybe that's what we'll do this week.
We'll make brownies.
But yeah, I think that's all I have on baking stuff.
I think so. I'm just excited to get to it. I got some new aprons at the shower. My sister got me a Cinderella one. It's so cute. It's so cute. I have to show you.
I bought it myself an apron. I think it's actually from Hobby Lobby, believe it or not. But it's Teflon, like the fancy brand, and it has like the nice little pockets up front.
I love the pockets because then your recipe can go right in there. Right. Although I've been printing recipes since my phone can connect to my printer.
Oh, isn't that so nice?
I love it because I just print off the screenshot and then I slot them in our recipe book.
Right. Yeah. Last thought before we end this episode.
Okay.
The little room we're in right now is carpeted. Mm-hmm. And Evie, the dog, which I think y'all have met before.
Yeah.
She has peed, and then I stepped in it, and I can smell, and it's so nasty.
I can't.
Which is good for her, but sucks for me. So,
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I lit a candle.
Yes, the candle is helping, just not the wet foot. So there's that. But yeah, I think that's that on baking.
Yeah.
Unless you have any last thoughts.
No, I'm hungry now.
Fair enough. Me too.
It's time for a snack.
Might have to go on a lunch break before too long. But, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Follow us on our Instagram if you haven't already. We've talked about that.
Well, I'll start getting better now that we're actually together. We can actually take some pictures that I can promote.
Right.
And I link my YouTube video, in there.
Okay.
In the story, so you guys can go look at that. But it's pretty fun. You get to see how the house was built and all the stages of that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's really cool to see like from bare bones pretty much to finished house.
Yeah.
So
it was very fun.
So I guess until next week, peace out.
Bye.